Hey there and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Erik Ten Hag confirms Andre Onana will return for Man United's next game versus Wolves. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has confirmed that Andre Onana will return to the squad for Thursday's clash with Wolverhampton Wanderers. The Red Devils will travel to Molineux to face Wolves in their upcoming Premier League game. Altay Baynder made his debut in United's 4-2 win over Newport County in the FA Cup fourth round on Sunday. This was the first United game Onana missed since his arrival from Inter Milan in the summer. The 27-year-old is set to return from international duty for Cameroon at the Africa Cup of Nations. Ten Hag admitted that Baynder had a composed debut, but hinted that Onana would be between the sticks against Wolves. Ten Hag said, "I think it was a composed debut by Baynder, some good saves, so very composed. I think overall he can be happy. I was pleased with his performance. Andre Onana will be back for Thursday. Maybe for the first time as long as I was manager, I can pick a team from the squad that is probably the strongest here." Replacing David De Gea was never going to be easy. Onana came with a good reputation after helping Inter Milan reach the Champions League final. However, the Cameroon international has made many errors in his short Red Devils career, which has not helped him settle at the club. Ten Hag has constantly backed the goalkeeper, and he could come back into the starting 11 at Wolves. Onana made only one appearance for Cameroon at the AFCON. He was dropped to the bench against both Gambia and Nigeria. The United manager must not be afraid to do the same if Onana continues making mistakes. Baynder made a couple of decent saves against Newport County. He was not at fault for either of the two goals United conceded. He was tentative with his distribution, but his confidence will only grow when he is consistently given opportunities. Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford facing 2 weeks fine for partying and missing training. Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford is set to be fined £650,000 for partying and missing training last week, according to The Sun. The England international missed the FA Cup game against Newport County yesterday after not training on a Friday due to illness. However, Man United have found out that he partied on Wednesday and Thursday nights after flying to Belfast to see his friend and Larny FC star Roshan Williams. He missed the training session on Friday, and the Red Devils star is said to be disciplined. It remains to be seen whether manager Erik Ten Hag has anything else in mind, but the Old Trafford club have decided not to pay him his £325,000 wages for 2 weeks. Rashford has already been at the receiving end of the disciplinary side of the Dutchman after being dropped from a matchday squad for being late for a team meeting in 2022. The Man United Academy graduate also came under heavy criticism for partying on the night after the 3-0 loss to Manchester City back in November. Rashford has to pay for his latest misconduct, and his lack of form has not helped matters. The 26-year-old has bagged 4 goals and 2 assists in 26 games across all competitions and was involved in a goal in his last 4 appearances, but he could now be dropped from the squad as a result of his lack of discipline. Man United return to action on Thursday when they visit Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League before hosting West Ham United on Sunday, and they need to resume their league campaign on a winning note. They are currently 8th in the table after 21 games and will have to start picking up points consistently if they want to play European football next season. Casemiro could be dropped versus Wolves after mixed performance at Newport. Manchester United midfielder Casemiro could drop to the bench when the club face Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League on Thursday night. The Brazil international made his long-awaited injury comeback in the FA Cup fourth-round win over Newport County at Rodney Parade yesterday. He had a strong start as United raced into a 2-0 lead after just 13 minutes, but faded in the second half before being substituted in the 81st minute. The 31-year-old had a passing accuracy of only 66%. He won just 4 out of 11 duels contested and lost possession on a staggering 17 occasions. The former Real Madrid man also made 4 fouls, one of those resulting in a yellow card. It's quite clear that the midfielder was far from his best. We won't be surprised if he is dropped to the bench for the upcoming trip to the Molineux. Kobby Mayo has been impressive from the number 6 role in his absence over recent months, and the club graduate could reclaim the spot in midweek. Casemiro has looked a bit laggy in his first appearance in almost 3 months. United can't afford the same against an informed Wolves side away from home. Kobby Mayo impresses for Man United in FA Cup win over Newport County. Manchester United midfielder Kobby Mayo delivered an impressive performance during the 4-2 FA Cup win over Newport County in the FA Cup fourth round. The Red Devils booked their spot in the fifth round of the competition with a victory, but they had to work hard for the result in the second half. It was a mixed bag of performances from United players. We were particularly impressed by Mayo, who started from the number 8 position yesterday. The teenager played higher up with Casemiro back in the 11. Aside from his goal, he completed 27 out of his 31 passes, won 5 duels, and was dispossessed just 5 times. His statistics were not exemplary compared to recent outings, but he was far better than Casemiro, who had a difficult return to the lineup after his injury layoff. The Brazilian star completed only 31 out of his 47 passes. He lost possession on a staggering 17 occasions and made 4 fouls. He was clearly far from his best. United are scheduled to face Wolverhampton Wanderers on the road on Thursday in the Premier League. We could see Mayo back in the number 6 role. Christian Eriksen or Scott McTominay could line up alongside Mayo, in our opinion. Alan Sherer praises Man United striker Rasmus Højlund after late goal versus Newport County. Newcastle United legend Alan Sherer has heaped praise on Manchester United striker Rasmus Højlund following his stoppage time goal against Newport County in the FA Cup fourth round. The Magpies legend said that the striker toiled and deserved his goal as he never stopped. He told BBC Sport the following: "I thought he toiled and did well up front, and he deserved his goal for everything he did. He never stopped all afternoon. You've got to keep going, and he deserved it." Højlund has not had much service in the final third since his arrival at Old Trafford against Newport. It was a similar theme in the second half as United found themselves in the backseat. The Dane still managed 41 touches and 19 successful passes. Aside from his goal, he provided 2 key passes and won 100% of his take-ons against the League Two outfit. United were always expected to beat Newport, but they had to work hard for the result after some poor defensive decisions. Casemiro struggled to provide the control in midfield. The Brazilian has just returned after a lengthy hamstring injury and does not appear ready enough. We won't be surprised if he is dropped. Meanwhile, Højlund has started to find his feet with 4 goal contributions in his last 4 games. United need him in peak form in the coming months to qualify for Europe and win the FA Cup. Donny Fck's struggles continue in Bundesliga with Eintracht Frankfurt. Manchester United midfielder Donny Fck's struggles have continued in the Bundesliga after he was substituted at half-time by Eintracht Frankfurt on a Friday night. The Dutchman joined Frankfurt on loan with a €14 million buy clause earlier this month, and it was anticipated that he could turn his career around with the German side. However, he has had a difficult start in the Bundesliga. He was substituted at the hour mark in his first two appearances before being taken off at half-time against Mainz. Van de Beek started in attacking midfield role for Frankfurt, and he barely made an impact with just 14 touches, 5 successful passes, and just one ground duel won. The former Ajax man did not have a single attempt on goal and also lost possession 6 times. There were no surprises that the manager took him off at the interval. In our opinion, this could be bad news for United, who are hoping to offload him permanently. Van de Beek failed to adapt to the demands of English football with only 2 goals and 2 assists from 62 games for United. He has gone through a similar pattern in Germany. There is still time on his hands to prove his credentials, but he needs to start making goal contributions sooner rather than later to convince Frankfurt to trigger the buy clause. 14 million euros represent good value for United, considering Van de Beek has barely played for them. If he fails to impress at Frankfurt, the club may have to sell him for much less this summer. Fabrizio Romano reveals Facundo Pallastri's loan to Granada is closed. Fabrizio Romano has revealed Facundo Pallastri's loan move to Granada until the end of the season is closed, with the deal still awaiting ratification by his manager Erik. The Italian transfer guru confirmed the news of the Uruguayan's prospective move on X. It corroborates reports relied by the People person earlier in the month of the Liga club's interest in the winger. Romano reveals Granada have agreed terms with the United winger, with documentation and travel plans currently being organized. The deal awaits the green light from Ten Hag, though this is unlikely to be a significant hindrance. At one stage, it had appeared as if Pellistri had forced his way into the Dutchman's plans earlier in the season. Owing to an availability crisis on the right wing, the club's 3 first-choice options on the right were all ruled out: Sancho, Antony, and Amad Diallo, for a variety of different reasons, with the Uruguayan taking their place. The Uruguayan started in the crucial away trip to Bayern München in the Champions League. He then started the Carabao Cup match against Crystal Palace. Pellistri was also handed a handful of substitute appearances in this period. While the 21-year-old worked hard in each of these games, he did not demonstrate the quality required of a United winger. It appears official confirmation on Pellestri's move will be coming from United imminently, which will make the Uruguayan the 10th player to leave Old Trafford on loan this month. Man United keeping tabs on 44-year-old as a potential replacement for Ten Hag. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag faces an uncertain future at Old Trafford, and the Red Devils are reportedly keeping tabs on potential replacement. A report from The Telegraph claims that Brighton and Hove Albion manager Roberto De Zerbi will be in the frame to replace the Dutch manager if he moves on. Ten Hag has failed to get the best out of his players this season, and Manchester United are having a mediocre campaign by their standards. They were expected to compete for trophies this season, and things have not gone according to plan. The Red Devils could easily miss out on UEFA Champions League qualification unless they improve drastically. Manchester United have backed the Dutchman significantly at the start of the season, and they will want to see results on the pitch now. De Zerbi could prove to be a quality addition if Manchester United decide to bring in a new manager. The Italian has done an exceptional job at Brighton so far, and the Seagulls are currently pushing for European qualification. In addition to that, they have played an exciting brand of football under the Italian manager. De Zerbi is regarded as one of the most promising young managers in European football right now, and he could prove to be a quality acquisition for Manchester United. The opportunity to join one of the biggest clubs in the world is likely to be a tempting proposition for the 44-year-old Brighton manager, and the Seagulls will find it difficult to hold on to him if Manchester United are truly keen on him. Man United transfer target likely to seal big move this summer, says expert. Fabrizio Romano has provided an update on Michael Oll's situation amid transfer rumors linking him strongly with Manchester United again ahead of the summer. Speaking exclusively to Kaut Offside for his column in the daily briefing, Romano explained that Man United and Oles have not decided anything yet, with January looking too early to tell what could happen with the highly rated young Frenchman. However, Romano did also admit that he expected it would be likely for Oles to leave Crystal Palace for a bigger club in the summer, even if the precise destination was not yet set in stone. He said, also on Manchester United, despite reports that he would favour a move to Old Trafford, there is still nothing decided for Michael Oles at all. Nothing will be decided now. It's way too early. He is always in the rumours because there are good chances for him to leave Crystal Palace in the summer, and I can definitely see Oles joining a top club. Still, the decision will come later. It's too early now. Red Devils fans would surely love to see a talent like Oles joining them after his fine form in the Premier League in recent times, with the 22-year-old surely an upgrade on the struggling Anthony. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.